Well, super excited. This is our very first episode of this new thing I'm trying called Raising Your Real Estate IQ. And as you guys know, I'm Courtney, and I'm a residential realtor here in San Diego County, and I help home buyers, home sellers, and investors in San Diego County and the nearby areas. And I am so excited to have my very first interview with somebody who I think is awesome. Rick Bright, he's with American Home Shield. And in this very first episode, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just chat. We're gonna talk with him, going to explain what is a home warranty and why do you even need to know about it. So let's jump in.
Yay. Thanks for having me.
So happy to have you here. I know we're both at our homes because of course we are, has to be staying inside. So you have I love your pictures in the background. That's great. So good. Okay, so before I get started, I wanted to share really quickly what the goal was of even doing these, and then I'm ready to jump in and ask you some questions, Rick. But really the main reason is I think now more than ever, education is key. I think we all have, uncertainty about what the future holds, but just taking time to dive in, understand, and raise your real estate IQ, I think is really awesome. So that's kind of the plan. And really, I want to get my friends and clients information that they may not even know they needed to ask about or, research, just so that I could give information out there that can help people make decisions through the lens of information versus the lens of assumption. So just making sure everybody knows what options they have. So as I mentioned earlier, Rick Bright, you're a local account manager with American Home Shield. And I thought this is really fun. When we were talking yesterday, I asked you what a fun fact was that I could share. And you said that you like to think that you are the #1 squash player in San Diego. So tell me about that. And what is it? It was like, what's squash versus like pickleball or whatever? I think of all these like vegetables or fruits, like what the heck?
Yeah, it's actually it's funny because most people don't know what squash is. It's played in a racquetball court, but it's reduced in size a little bit, and you play it with a beefed up badminton racket, and it's like twice the workout as racquetball. So it's super good workout and really fun. A lot of strategy, kind of like tennis, but just a very incredible workout, and it's addicting. I play 3 times a week. I love it.
Nice.
I used to. Now I'm not.
Well, soon, hopefully again.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. So hopefully you don't have any other challenges from other squash ball players here who are watching, but.
Yeah, hopefully not. Yeah, maybe they might disagree on me being #1. So hopefully they're not watching.
Once this is all done, you should have like a competition, like a challenge. That'd be fun.
Absolutely.
Okay, so one of the first things I wanted to ask you about is how you got into the home warranty side of things.
Yeah, I've been doing this for about 6 years. I've been in the real estate community as an agent and just working in the real estate field for 20 years now, and with American Home Shield for the last 6 years, and just love the company, the challenge of with sales and the service. It's a fun industry to be in. And I've been doing it for 6 years with like the best company that's out there. Been around for 45 years. And we were the innovator of home warranty, actually. So that's pretty cool. It's nice working for #1.
Yeah, I remember you telling me one of the facts that really stood out was that American Home Shield covers more claims than any other home warranty company out there, like as a percentage, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's 93% of the claims that come in get paid out on, and nobody else can make that claim. It's just that's unheard of. So that's peace of mind. For sure.
I love it. Okay, so now let's get into it. What is a home warranty, and what types of warranties are there?
So basically the home service plans cover the repair or the replacement of a major home systems or appliances. So if we can't repair it, we come out and we can't repair it, it gets replaced. So that's pretty neat. The plans offer budget protection, and just giving the high cost of home repairs, giving that budget protection for that big repairs and replacements, gives them peace, and gives the buyers peace of mind, knowing they have just that coverage in place for those unexpected repairs. And then just the convenience of having to be able to contact one number and contact a pre-qualified contractor to be able to do the work. And then we guarantee the work too. So if once the job's complete, we stand behind it for 30 days, parts and labor. Anything that goes wrong, we take care of it with no charge. So that's pretty neat.
That's awesome. So I was thinking about this. I think a lot of buyers who have been on the fence about, jumping in, they're concerned. I hear a lot of times about the costs, because if you're renting, you're used to your landlord kind of taking on the cost of things that go wrong at the house. But I think it's really cool that there is a program out here, which is a home warranty, which is different than like home insurance, right? Who wants to do a $500 deductible? If your fan goes out, that's kind of silly, right? But with the home warranty, it's an added level of protection, and it's going to be, like you said earlier, kind of budget protection. So something may go wrong at the house. I mean, it's inevitable that houses, have issues from, time over time, but the idea that you can have a warranty in place and kind of have that protection, that peace of mind, like you said.
I'm glad you brought that up, because what it really is gap insurance. So you have your home warranty, and then you have home insurance, and the home insurance covers all the major things in the house that perils, things that acts of God, like major leaks in the house, that sort of thing, all the damage that happens. So I always give an example of a hot water heater, going bad on the second floor. That's the worst case scenario, right? Because it floods out the second floor, and the first floor comes down through everything. And it's a giant project. We actually take care of where the home warranty company takes care of the hot water heater itself. The secondary damage would be taken care of by your home insurance. So if you got a situation like that where there's secondary damage, we both kind of work together to fix it.
Yeah, that's great. It seems like it's just nice to know that there could be an added level of protection when buying. And I think that was great, some of the points you made. Can you give me an idea of what the basic policy costs? I know there's all kinds of add-ons and things you can do, but let's say a detached house and a condo, what would that kind of basic policy cost look like?
So yeah, you're looking at a single family home, right around, and even the top of the line product is going to be about $575. For a condo, it's going to be about $425. So very reasonable. And that gives you protection for 1 year. And then after that 1 year, you can decide to renew and keep it going for years to come.
Got it. So there's buyer policies, there's existing homeowner policies, and there's also policies for sellers, right? So if they're in the process of selling their house, they can get protection. What I want to do is focus on the buyer policies today, just because I think that's probably the most common policy type that we're going to see. Although I just wanted to bring that up because we were talking about this the other day. Sellers, that's one thing, right? That they can have protection. A lot of them don't know that. But if you're just a homeowner right now and you're like being crunched at the moment with the economy or what's happening, maybe there's a benefit to investing in a home warranty as a current homeowner. And it's going to be a budget protection type thing. So if you can invest, you said, I mean, I'm not entirely sure what it is for the homeowners, but maybe somewhere in the range of $500 or $600, and have that confidence in knowing that the surprises that could come up could be kind of mitigated a little bit on the budget side. Like that might just be the peace of mind that you want. So I just wanted to float that out there for anybody listening who already owns a home. I don't want you to check out and say, oh, I'm not a home buyer, I don't need to hear this. There's something there for everybody, but I'm hoping if it's good with you, we can talk about the buyer policy a little bit more today.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. And that, I wouldn't, if you have homes that are, 20, 30, 40 years old, you got heaters in them that are that old, it's a heating system or AC system. Those things are they're going to go bad sooner or later. So if you've got a system you know is old and kind of on its last leg, it's a great time to put a home warranty in place. So that the existing home buyers, I would highly recommend considering it for sure.
Yeah. And that brings up a point to me too. I've had people ask, oh, do I have to have a whole home inspection done in order to get a home warranty?
No.
And you don't, right?
No, you don't need that. We don't require the inspection. And once something comes up, we've got protection even built into the warranty if it's something that was pre-existing, but it was it was something that the seller didn't know about, buyer didn't know about. There's it's undetectable kind of a insurance. So it's an undetectable pre-existing condition. We even have coverage for that, believe it or not. So an example would be maybe they had a leak in the floor in the concrete slab and nobody knew about it, and then they finally started showing up. We would still take care of that claim for them.
That's really awesome. I mean, that's like the biggest thing I ever have buyers ask me. What if there's something in between the walls? Like, how do we know that? Or underneath the floor? And it's impossible. I say, I wish I had like x-ray vision, but I don't. And the home inspector doesn't either. But it's nice to know that there's a little bit of peace of mind there in the home warranty side.
Sure. That's a great piece to cover those, exactly, that x-ray vision, undetectable pre-existing conditions.
Yeah. If I could only have all of the superpowers I wanted, that would be one of them. Okay, so the next question I want to ask you is, what would you say, just for purposes of kind of understanding how this applies to most of us, what would you say is the most common claim that you see? And how does that claim process typically work? So I have a home warranty, and what's likely to happen, but let's just say you tell me the most common thing, and then if that happens at my house, what would I do if I had a home warranty?
So it's kind of inevitable with homes that are vacant or just homes that that the buyers just moved into. It's actually going to be the hot water heater. It seems like that's always the one that goes. We get about 2 claims per year with a new policy, because when the home turns over and the new people come in, just the change of use will actually change it. It confuses the components, I guess. I don't know. It's really funny because just the change of use will cause more problems. So the average is 2 major problems in that first year, and it's usually the hot water heater that goes. So the hot water heater goes. If it's the process, just to kind of explain how the process works. If they find out that hot water is leaking, we have a technician that comes. They would call into the 800 number and request service, and then and you can do it online as well. It's super easy to do it online. So it's quick and easy to get somebody scheduled. They come out to the property and they'll do the diagnosis, find out what's going on, and then get the parts ordered and get it fixed. So it's really a great way to just get things taken care of. And again, you have that budget protection where you don't have that $1,800 cost of a hot water heater stacked up on you all of a sudden.
Yeah, so it's a $75 service charge, right? Service call charge. Yeah. So if the water heater has a problem, then instead of the $1,800 or $1,500, whatever it might be, it's $75. And there's of course some caveats to other work that might be needed you were telling me about. But the main huge bulk of that, I mean, that's a great return on investment if exactly. If you're concerned about things. Because sometimes this is what truly happens. We are in escrow on a property and the water heater is 15 years old, and the home inspector says, hey, FYI, it's older, it's working, but it's older. Just want to let you know the life of a water heater is not typically much beyond 15 years. And so it's hard because how can we ask a seller? I mean, we could try, but how can we ask a seller to replace something that's working? But this might be that peace of mind that we need to know, hey, we don't necessarily need to ask for money for something that is operational, but we have a backup plan. And that's huge peace of mind. And one time, I'll have to tell you a story. I literally sold a house where the water heater was older than me. Like it was older than me. And I'm not that young. I'm not that old there, but it was older than me. It was from 1983. And it was crazy. And we were able to actually work it out where the seller replaced it for us. But when they did, half of it, like the whole tank, half of it was sediment. And the guy had to get tools, like to leverage. It was so heavy. It was crazy, but look at that. Every so often you get a little break, but it was from 1983. Could you believe it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And hot water heaters these days, their life expectancy is about, that since they've replaced them, I would say in the last, 15 years, if it's like 15-year old, it's got a life expectancy somewhere around like 8 years, 8 to 10 years max.
8 to 10. Yeah.
They don't last that long. So, and also, if it's I'm glad you brought that up, because it's a great way if you've got a hot water heater that is questionable with that home inspection, and the home inspector, it's the famous words. They say it's at the end of its serviceable life. So when it's at the end of its serviceable life, doesn't mean that it needs to be replaced. It just means that it could be, something that's going to be coming up in the future, and that really scares buyers, and so I get a lot of questions like that, to me from agents saying, "Hey, is that going to be something that's covered?" And the answer is yes, as long as it's in good working order at the time of the inspection, then it will be something that would be covered under the warranty. Even if it dies the very next day after close of escrow, it's still on us. So that's good news to home buyers right there for sure.
Definitely. I remember I told you a story about this too. We were chatting. I've had a client who bought the house, and the very next day they show up to their house and there's water running down the driveway and it was covered. So we are so grateful to have things like that, because it had literally blown up overnight. And it's bad, bad luck there, but good luck that we were able to have a home warranty in place. So that's really good. And so you were telling us that basically the process goes where you call in, there's that $75 fee. Somebody comes out, they check it out, they order the parts. You were also giving me a little bit of a heads up on a really cool new service that's in the works. And I think especially in times like this, when we're trying to social distance, is kind of an extra neat feature that's not only going to be making everything more efficient, but also just kind of helping us stay away a little more. But could you tell us a little bit more about that stream service that's not yet launched, but that's in the works that you guys have that's like super unique to you?
Yeah, definitely. This is kind of a sneak preview. We're piloting a program that will actually, instead of you make the phone call and then the tech comes out, we roll a truck and the tech comes out and looks at it, makes the diagnosis. It's a hot water heater or appliance, whatever it is. Then they need parts, they have to order parts, and then there's another call. This actually, this new process is going to allow people to call in and use their phone as the video device, and use their phone to look around and see what's going on with the, say it's the refrigerator. So they'll actually use, American Home Shield would have the customer take their phone and point it at the refrigerator, and they can, say, okay, look at the inside, or look at the serial number, wherever it is, or just look at the model, and they can tell exactly what it is. They can kind of see what's going on with it. They'll be able to do a diagnosis, and sometimes be able to order parts. And so that way, the first time that the truck rolls and goes out, they have the right part on the truck, and it's fixed in one visit. So it really is going to save an incredible amount of time and frustration for customers.
Yeah, and it's great with all of us having so much experience now with things like Zoom. I bet it's going to be a no-brainer for people to be able to use this new service. So we've all been on a lot of Zoom calls. So wonderful. All right. My next question is one that I think I'm going to laugh a lot about because it's so silly, but because I think I know what you're going to say. But my last question for you is, what's your favorite aspect or coverage type within the home warranty, and what makes it so unique?
Well, I don't know if it's my favorite, but I know it's your favorite.
Yes, that's probably true.
It's rekey, because, and the reason she's laughing is because I told her that, that story. It was a crazy story. I won't tell the whole crazy story, but long and short of it, I'm rekey because my name is Ricky, so Ricky, and so everybody calls me rekey. But the benefit of this coverage is we actually rekey the house 6 locks and then we give the customer 4 identical keys. So the process works the same as every other coverage. You call in, pay the $75 service fee. We call our tech, our locksmith out, and they reach out to you and schedule an appointment. And then they come out and do that rekey. They do the 6 locks, and then they rekey or give you 4 identical keys. So it's a great way to secure the home right off the bat. So because you don't know who's had the key before, it could be the next door neighbor, contractors, that sort of thing. So it's really smart to do it, and it's something you can use right away, right after it closes. It doesn't require a failure. It's just part of the policy.
That's really good. Yeah, I think if I recall right, we just rekeyed a house for a client of mine, and they didn't have a home warranty, they're a seller, but they ended up paying, I think, north of $220 for the locks. So I mean, $75 versus $220 or $240, that's some savings right there. So it's nice to see the value. Yeah, definitely. So great. Well, thank you so much for sharing all about this, why we need to, be aware of what a home warranty is and how it might be a great companion to the home insurance that we already have, both for buyers, for existing homeowners, and even for sellers. So thanks so much. It's been really great. We got through the first one and nothing bad happened.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, it's so fun. And I just wanted to share a really quick, a couple things real fast. If you guys have questions about anything that we talked about, please feel free to post a question or a comment or an encouragement, whatever you want to do, just post below, and we will take a look. And if you wanted to know a little bit more about what options are and get connected to Rick, you can comment or message either of us. He's tagged on the post, so feel free. And one other thing I wanted to say, just to give anybody who's thinking about buying a little bit of peace of mind, it's kind of fun. I make sure that all of my clients, when they first purchase, have a home warranty. And so basically, if you buy with me, your home warranty is for free. So you'll have that first year of coverage and that first year of kind of a peace of mind. That seems like that's kind of the phrase that I usually coin as it relates to home warranty. And one more thing before I go, I'm going to do a shameless plug for a moment. So with us all being inside right now, my team and I decided to do a virtual home buying workshop. So literally right here on Zoom in this exact same format, we're going to share information that basically covers off on the assistance programs that are available, where to the point where you can actually buy a home for about $1,000 out of pocket. I know it sounds kind of crazy. If you're interested, comment below or message me as well, and I'll get you the details. And it's a free Zoom. We're just going to be on just like this next Wednesday, the 1st, from 3 to 4:30. So that's it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we have so many people interested.
Oh no, and I'd love to just do a shameless plug for you, because you're awesome. You're an incredible agent, and you're so good with your customers. So every experience I've had with you, I always you always reach out to me and you just want the best for your customers. So I really appreciate working with you. And to everybody out there, I'm her teammate. So anything that you need, I'm here for you. Whether it be a service issue or just a quick question, I'm here for you.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate your time, Rick, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys later. Everybody, hope you have a great day.
All right. Bye.
Bye.